I guess I'll still say it. Hitting that intro in a 3, a 2, a 1.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Run By podcast, and I hope you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. Today is Sunday when we are recording this, so if you listen to this on Monday, happy Memorial Day.
Happy
Uh,
Memorial Day indeed.
Happy Memorial Day. I don't work tomorrow. Sauce doesn't work tomorrow, so I feel good right now. It's 10 p.m. Ready to talk some football. It's been
Absolutely.
little over a week since we last recorded, so super excited to get back in here and talk some ball.
That's right. And of course, you guys are seeing us live yet again doing a remote episode because schedules did not match up very well again this week. Man, we got to work on that, don't we?
Mhm.
It's mostly me, I think. Just living a busy life, living La
Ripperooskies.
Vida Loca. That's right.
Hell nah.
All right. So, welcome to episode 64. I don't know if we actually said that or not, but this is episode 64, and we got some juicy content coming up today. I'm pretty excited about it. So, I know that you've been just itching to talk about the the good old Dalvin Cook stuff. So
You
let's jump right in there and talk some. Let's cook with some Dalvin Cook.
you want me to go first then?
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
While I'm
so I
drinking
took a
my tea.
screenshot. Let's get it. I took a screenshot of this the other day. I scrolled across it on Facebook.
If I can,
So
I'll
it says
post it up on the
here,
screen.
wonderful. It says here, free agent running back Dalvin Cook wants an opportunity to have a full training camp and offseason with a new team, saying he is now quote unquote washed. So
Interesting choice
that
of words.
let me kind of just show you guys or tell you guys his stats. So
I literally
last
was
year,
just going to look that up just
yeah,
now.
so last year he was on the Jets and I believe he signed with the Ravens in the postseason with the Jets. He had 67 attempts for only 214 yards and zero
Oof.
touchdowns. But if you look from 2019 to 2022, he had a damn good run. He averaged, I
Oh
would
yeah.
say, about maybe 1,200 yards
I think
a
yep, that's
year.
correct.
And I mean, 2019, he had 13 TDs, 2020, 16,
Damn.
2021, 6, 2022, 8. And then he had that really sharp decline when he went to the Jets. And I'm not gonna say he's washed. I mean, yeah, he's I think he's like 30 years old.
Yep.
I do believe like that the Jets didn't really give him a fair opportunity. I know Brees Hall was injured for a little bit, so he kind of quote unquote had his opportunity, but I
Right.
just didn't really feel like the Jets were the best position for him to excel in. So, like I said, I don't think he's washed. If he goes to the right
Yeah.
opportunity, I don't think that he'll have like another 1,200 yard year, but I do
Right.
think he'll do good. I mean, I can't really think at the top of my head what team I would want to see him on, but I feel like a team should give him an opportunity to see what he can do. Maybe just sign him to
Yeah.
like the minimum or something and kind of just see how it goes.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair shake because I did not realize his 2020 was an insanely elite year. 1,500 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns. That
Yeah,
is
that's
that is nuts. But then
yeah,
he
and
he fell off hard. But wasn't he injured in 2021 or 2022?
I think he was healthy those years. I mean, he might have had like a game or
Oh
two where he sat
yeah,
out for like hamstring strains or whatever. Like
right.
I remember one year he had like like a minor shoulder injury, but
Oh, okay,
the year that he was injured, I believe was like 2018 if I remember correctly.
interesting,
But uh, I
interesting
do
indeed.
believe he should get another chance with another team,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I think he still has a lot left in the tank. I mean, just looking at his stats, man. I mean, he produced for 5 solid years, and then he just not. I'm not gonna say he declined hard with the Jets, but
they
he
they
wasn't
just
given
didn't
the
use him.
right
Yeah,
opportunity.
he just didn't get the right opportunities. But the thing that's going against him right now is father time. Like he ain't no spring chicken.
That is true.
he
I
is
mean,
he is like old as all get out in running back years.
that is true. But I feel like the decline was, and it wasn't necessarily his fault. Like I said, I know I said
Yeah.
this a couple of times, but it's just the opportunity that he was presented with, or I should say the opportunities he wasn't presented with.
Well, and honestly, one of the biggest factors that's kind of hurting him now is just that. So running backs, they are, the, you can find them on like the undrafted free agents and everything. You can find them from small schools and everything, and they'll still produce like that.
Produced.
They're much younger, much more athletic and everything. It doesn't seem like because their physical skills start declining as soon as they hit around 29 or 30. And then the other thing kind of hurting them is, well, for one, well, for two, obviously, is just the fact that we also have the issue with, what is it? Goodness, what? It was just on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yeah, running back contracts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
so they're asking for more money, but the problem is that you can easily go younger and more athletic and not cost as much. And so it's just like, where's that return on the investment? And so,
yeah,
I mean, he has elite production whenever he's on the field, so he's got that going for him. But man, there's just a lot of stuff going against him, and I don't know. Well, that plus it's a passing league now, so I mean, one of the last teams that was running the ball a lot was the Titans, and now we're going more toward pass heavy. So
yeah.
the last team that I can think of that would be running centric would be the Ravens outside
The
of
Ravens. Yeah.
49ers because the
hmm
49ers, they already have C-Mac. They don't, and they have other options.
Yeah, because even whenever Zeke was fresh into his career, they were using the hell out of Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, whenever Zeke first started, they had that awesome offensive line. So of course they were gonna,
Right.
just shove it down their throats or whatever. But
Mm.
yeah, we're getting to a point where, like you said, it's a pass heavy league, and we kind of saw that in the playoffs whenever the Titans reached the what am I thinking,
Oh, the
the
divisional round or the
the
AFC
divisional
title game?
round. There we go. So if you can't freaking pass the ball,
Yeah,
you're
if you
not gonna
can't.
get too far.
Exactly. And kind of like what you said too. I mean, it's just there are so many ingredients for them to just not succeed as much anymore. And I know that before he left, Derrick Henry was actually a really big proponent of running backs getting paid and everything. But he got one of the better contracts, and it was only 1 year 8 million, or it's like 2 years 16 million, something like that. He's only getting like 8 million a year.
You say Henry?
Henry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's well, like what, 30 years old now too.
yeah. By the time the season starts, he'll be 31.
Mm.
Which,
That dude's a freak though. I
yeah,
mean,
no,
very
he's
very
gonna do
rarely.
really well this year, I think.
I think so too, but very rarely do you get a running back like that. Like you're either like an elite running back or you're a running back that can just be like replaced without even freaking noticing. Like you're
So,
either Christian McCaffrey status, Derrick Henry status, or you're literally the opposite.
so is Dalvin Cook? He's with the Ravens now, right?
I think he's a free agent currently, if I'm correct.
Um, well, the only reason why I ask because on ESPN it says Baltimore Ravens running back.
I'm
Um,
pretty Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a free agent. I mean, that's why kind of that post that I ran into the other day, he's asking for an opportunity to pretty much go into a training camp.
yeah, okay, so he is a
You
free
know what I
agent.
mean? Yeah. But I
Interesting,
don't know. I'd love to
man.
see him get a shot and prove people wrong or
Who do you
right.
think would be a good fit for him though?
I don't know. I feel like a team that's like already poised for success, obviously. Maybe like the Dallas Cowboys, because right now they do have
They just
Zeke,
signed Zeke, and they
but
have
who else
Deuce
is their
Vaughn, and
running
they
back?
they were really they were really high on Deuce Vaughn too.
I would say this is my prediction. If I don't think he's gonna get signed before the season starts.
No, I think he's
I
going to
do
be a mid-season signing.
There we go. I do believe, unfortunately, the way that football is, I do foresee a running back going down like a starter, right? And then I
Right.
foresee probably Dalvin Cook being one of the first running backs to be picked up.
Oh,
And
the Cincinnati Bengals too. Who are the Bengals running backs?
honestly, I don't even know. I,
I'm
I
gonna look
think they
at
might
that
have
real
drafted
quick.
one or two.
Keep him busy.
Keep him busy. Uh,
Oh wow. Okay, so um, Brown. I think Zach Moss. So Chase Brown, Zach Moss, Travion Williams, and Chris Evans. So the only real big name on that list would
Zach
be
Moss.
Zach Moss, and he's still probably a mid to lower tier guy.
Well, shit, he did really good with the Colts. I know whenever JT was out or whatever, he stepped in pretty damn well for him.
I could
Even whenever
see
JT was back, he played well.
I could see I could see them Dalvin Cook getting a signing with the Bengals if they're not happy with their committee of running backs over there by the fifth or sixth game of the season. That's assuming that Joe Burrow is still healthy and upright.
Mark, I know you're probably, if you're listening, I know you're probably sad about that comment, but I like I said, given the right opportunity, I think you can definitely flourish.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that he does still have some in the tank because he didn't get used a whole lot. Plus, I mean, we also thought that the Jets were going to be a pretty high octane offense last year, and then Aaron Rodgers lasted for 4 plays and then just got ripperooskied.
Ripperuskis indeed.
Yep. So, speaking of, so let's talk about some of these quarterbacks. All right. So I've been seeing some juicy information, and it looked like in OTAs, Mr. Caleb Williams, the very first pick in the draft, the Bear Claw, he I guess apparently, I don't know how. I've seen multiple reports. I haven't seen anything that's like a super big like notable reporter say it, but apparently he got benched in OTAs for throwing so many interceptable balls and just not playing well so far.
If you think about it, and I'm kind of just thinking out loud right now, obviously, whenever you draft a rookie quarterback, obviously you always want him to probably
Take chances.
not necessarily take chances, but dissect the hell out of your defense.
Right.
But at the same time, uh, at that point, are you more so impressed with the fact that your defense is doing what it's doing against this highly touted rookie? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that there's because they actually toward the end of the season last year, they actually that Bears defense turned it up and they started playing really, really well. But you've got all those pieces out there, and we also don't know who all has shown up because I didn't look that deep into it. And I don't know who all he's throwing to because so he could be throwing to either other rookies, some undrafted free agents. He might not even be throwing to his top targets, which he got over the offseason. But I mean, more than likely he does have probably Roma Dunze out there too. So it's kind of nuts. It's I wouldn't say that I would be overly concerned right now if I was a Bears fan, but there is a little bit of doubt that would creep in. Like, man, because they are the preseason, like, they are so hyped up right now. They are the preseason favorite to go to the playoffs already. So everybody's looking at them to have a turnaround like the Texans did when they drafted C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. I personally still don't see it, but it definitely does make for some good content, right? Like,
Well, I mean, at the same time too, though, like as a fan, I feel like you got to look at the positives in the situation. So you got a rookie quarterback. Obviously, well, it should be obvious. I would rather have my rookie quarterback make the mistakes, not even in training camp, but in OTAs.
oh yeah,
So you make your you make you're making you make your mistakes in OTAs. You fix them. By the time you get to training camp, you're brushed up a little bit. You get through training camp. Hey, it's preseason. You get 3 weeks, right?
mm-hmm,
So then once preseason starts, you start to, work out the kinks. You start to, be able to read defenses a little bit better.
yep,
And then that way, whenever you get to, week one of the actual regular season,
yep,
you've kind of already worked on your rusty mechanics or
oh
whatever the
yeah.
hell you want to call
No,
them.
that's a great
So, I
point.
mean, I wouldn't really be like tripping.
But
If
it's
anything, get
also
get all the shit out the way. You know what I mean?
exactly. Well, it's also a slower part of the off season. Like we are inching ever so closely to training camp and everything. So literally, and we talked about this the other day off camera about it and about how because I think we were talking about your boy Drake May over there and about how anytime there's any part of negativity going on, then the reporters are going to be on it just like that, and they're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, he moved his arm the wrong way, so man, high bust potential right there. Terrible, terrible. They should never have picked this player. Blah blah blah. Their franchise is doomed." And then the next week after they, or the next day after they learn from their mistakes, all of a sudden It's like, oh well, he's throwing dimes all over the place now, so I don't know what happened. But
Yeah.
everybody tends to focus on the negatives, but that's what gets clicks these days.
Correct. Now, if we head over to Denver, we're actually hearing the complete opposite of reports. I know you spoke about it a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Apparently, Bo Nix is freaking playing quote unquote out of his mind. He's
Looking like Tom
uh
Brady out there. The
looking like
second
Tom
coming
Brady.
of John Elway.
Apparently, he's a lot further than what quote unquote most rookie quarterbacks are. And I joked around with Sauce, and I told him I was like, he better be that much more ahead. I mean, the dude's almost 30. But no, I mean, I
He's
think
already
he
got
has
a
like,
decade of experience.
I mean, I think he has like 64 collegiate games under his belt.
Yeah, he has a lot
So
of experience, and he played very well in a lot of those.
exactly. So
So it
whenever
makes
you play that
sense.
much, that's gonna make sense, right? You're gonna have more practice.
Sorry, I'm still a little under the weather.
Bless.
Yeah, no, and it definitely does make sense because a lot of the stuff that we were hearing, especially whenever Denver traded up, did they trade up or did they just stick and pick? I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah. I think they just stayed and they
Well,
pretty much
I
fell
do
into
know that
their lap.
they picked him up a lot earlier than a lot of the draft nerds thought that they were gonna that Bo Nix was gonna go, but they were speaking very highly of him whenever they made the pick and everything. It wasn't like a Michael Penix situation where they were like, well, you see, we got to get him because he has all these games on his belt. Look at his accuracy, all this stuff. He already came with that pedigree. He already came with the experience. So I mean, that's the other side of the coin too, though. Like he's looking good out there, but what happens in the preseason whenever he starts making mistakes and stuff? Is everybody gonna start raising alarms just like they are with Caleb Williams and Drake May already?
Right.
So
But hey, I mean, since go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well,
No, you.
I was kind of, no, you, no, you.
No, you.
I was just kind of gonna go move on to the next topic.
Absolutely.
I also read a few reports about Mr. McCarthy struggling in
Oh yeah,
OTAs
I
over
did
in
see that.
Minnesota. Yeah. So obviously, like I just said, Mr. McCarthy, he's been struggling. Like I said, I wouldn't be panicking. Like I said, if anything, I wouldn't say I'd be happy, but I'd be content at the fact that they're making the mistakes now, getting it
Yeah,
brushed
yeah,
up. By the
no, for
time
sure.
training camp opens up, they're rocking and they're rolling, moving and grooving.
That's right. Rock and roll, baby. Uh,
What do you know about rock and roll?
oh, everything. I also know about The Rock. Mm,
Yeah.
the final boss, baby. And
Are you a Titans fan?
I might be. I'm also a Beartooth fan, as you guys can
Huh.
tell. But yeah, no, I do think that it's another good solid point to bring up too, is that I think that we've kind of been spoiled, I guess, spoiled with some of the recent successes of certain quarterbacks. So obviously we got a plethora of young quarterbacks that are just absolutely lighting the league on fire. You've got, I mean, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. You've got C.J. Stroud now. You got Lamar Jackson. You've got all these studs that started off relatively strong, to be honest. And so the bar is just it's set super high. So if somebody does not come into the league like on fire, then a lot of the league is just like, oh well, they might be okay, but they're not going to be no Patrick Mahomes or no Joe Burrow or anything like that. But it's just like, yo, give these guys some time, give them some time to develop, let them take their chances, let them take their lumps and everything, and we'll see how they do in the next 2 to 3 years, because I think it's going to be at least 2 to 3 years before we see any of these guys really light the league on fire.
Well, we'll see about that because I mean, a lot of people didn't anticipate Mr. Stroud to have that year that he had last year, and then obviously he did what he did. So a lot of the times,
But
rookies can literally surprise you. So
they can. But also, uh, the one thing that I am nervous about for C.J. Stroud is that sophomore slump that he could potentially have.
right.
Like that definitely does make me nervous. So,
Oh man, if I was you, that'd make me happy because obviously the Texans are in the Titans division.
well, it's a kind of a double edged sword, if you ask me. And part of it is because I love watching good football. I
Yeah.
absolutely love watching good
Hmm.
football. But at the same time, obviously, I want my Titans to be on top and everything. But I also don't want there to be any sort of asterisk about it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like I don't want
Yes, sir.
I want the division to be solid. So one more thing on the Vikings situation. Since we were talking about the Vikings,
Ah,
I literally I
yeah.
just saw this. Actually it was just tweeted today, or Xed, or whatever the hell they're calling it.
Next.
Xed. So, Pro Football Talk, which is actually a reputable source, said we caught wind of it on draft night but couldn't confirm it. Now, Charlie Walters of the Pioneer Press, I don't know who the hell that is, but reports on Buzz that the Vikings tried to trade up for Malik Neighbors, who went to the Giants. Walters adds that if that had happened, Justin Jefferson would have been traded.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Hey, but to be fair too, though, I feel like the Vikings they have like a good eye for
Talent?
receivers.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
they had Diggs, now they have Jefferson.
They also had
So I mean,
Thielen at one point.
Thielen, yes, and I mean they just drafted Addison, so they
Yep.
might have been up to something. So if that is true and they're that high or were high on Mr. Neighbors, then the Giants got a good one. But I mean, who the hell's gonna throw him the football?
Right. Well, and honestly, a lot of time, I bet what would have happened is that they would have probably taken a chance on another quarterback, either that or gone the veteran route and everything, because what teams try to do these days, or so it seems to me, is that they try to load up on talent and then try to because the that window starts to open whenever you get a either a rookie quarterback or a quarterback on a lower end contract. That
Hmm.
way they can get pieces around him and stuff. So, and obviously, Mr. Justin Jefferson is up for a big ass payday. It's coming
Oh
up.
yeah,
It's coming up, and so I do not blame them for attempting to do that because, in all honesty, like financially, it makes a lot of sense.
right.
But you're also trading an unknown quantity for something that is very known and very dynamic. But he's also missed a lot of time recently. So I thought you were going to add something to that, so
No, no,
that's why I
I had
stopped.
something, but I literally blanked.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. Oh, and also, if you guys have not checked it out yet, literally within a few days of each other, me and Jose have both put out videos about talking about contracts and contract holdouts. So you'll definitely want to go and show some love to those videos and everything. We spent a little bit of time working on those, so definitely check those out if you have not yet.
Yeah, and to kind of add on that, let us know what you guys think. It's an open discussion. I can't speak for Mr. Sauce, but I personally love to hear from you guys.
Oh, I love
Drop
it.
down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If you disagree, if you agree, let me know. I'll try my best and try to go back and comment and talk to you guys. At the end of the day, we're doing this for you guys. Me
Absolutely.
and Sauce, we love football. We love to talk it. I
But
don't think
sometimes we
I
can't
have.
just talk about it with each other all the time. I mean, it is very fun. We love doing this podcast, but man, it is awful fun whenever we get to interact with you guys and seeing what your guys' opinions are and everything. Because hell, I almost went to war with somebody on the comment section the other day.
Yeah, and let us know where you're watching from.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to see. It's fascinating to me when I see people from Germany, Europe, Australia, all over the
absolutely.
world just watching and tuning in. It means a lot to me. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of fun. So please make sure that you guys are tuning in and everything, and let us know what you guys think about the solo videos that we put out. It's always interesting because it's such a different dynamic sometimes. Like
Hmm.
it's our singular opinions, but we talk about it beforehand too. So it's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Did you have anything else for our lovely listeners? Because um, I think I just looked at my phone. I was like, oh man, I think that we went through all of the topics that I had in mind.
Right. No, that's pretty much it. Like I said, appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want us to cover something or want us to hit on something else, just let
I'll
us
hit on
know.
you.
Or oh, whoa, whoa.
Oof.
And yeah, just let us know, man. We love doing this. But yeah, that's all I got.
Absolutely. Hopefully, pretty soon within the next week or so, we'll be able to be in the same room together. Like I said, we actually are very grateful for this ability to be able to record these remotely because, like you said, it's it was past 10 o'clock on a Sunday night when we're recording this, so this should probably be going up either hopefully tonight or early tomorrow. So, but we definitely appreciate all the love and support. Make sure that you do us a favor and hit that like button on the video. Hit that subscribe button. We're still on the road to 100 subs.
As of
Once we
now, we're
get
seven
to,
away.
oh man, it is right there. It is right there, and we're gonna, regardless, we're gonna still keep pushing out content and everything because we want to see that number grow. We want to see this community grow and everything. So please make sure that you're interacting because part of the way that we can hit that YouTube algorithm, if you are watching on YouTube, is by commenting. Commenting kind of helps us get into that algorithm so that more people can view our videos. That way we get more interaction and everything. So if you don't mind, please make sure you drop a like, comment down below, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications so you know anytime you get to see either of our lovely, wonderful faces. It's been an awesome episode. Check out firstroundbuy.com, get you some merch. Man, I think that's all the plugs I got. So with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.